So, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm finally delving into the world of Tarkovsky in an attempt to watch all of the Tarkovsky on Filmstruck before it expires. I have to do a Tarkovsky a night. So today's Tarkovsky, I'm trying to watch them in chronological order. Today's Tarkovsky was Ivan's childhood. This was his first feature film. Came out in 1962. He won the Venice Gold Lion at the Venice Film Festival. It was put forward as the Soviet entry for the foreign language Oscar. It was not nominated. Um, it was one of several films around the era that were made that were very sort of anti-war Soviet films. This includes The Cranes Are Flying and Ballad of a Soldier earlier than this one, and then later things like Larisa Shepepko's The Ascent. That was in the 70s, but her film was sort of coming off of these films. This film is in black and white, unlike The Steamroller and The Violin, which was a beautiful Technicolor film. But this was the same cinematographer, Vadim Yusuf, and it was also distributed by Mosfilm, which I believe was the big Soviet film distribution company. Tarkovsky did not write this screenplay. This was written by Vladimir Bogomolov and Mikhail Popov, written based on a short story called Ivan by Vladimir Bogomolov. I think it was rewritten. Tarkovsky, I guess, was uncredited. He did some rewrites. They sort of reworked the story a little bit to make it what the story they wanted to tell, which was to show the human element of war and how our humanity is tested during war and how some people lose themselves in it. And in this case, it is a young boy who completely loses himself to the war. You can almost imagine Ivan as one version of a child going through war, and the steamroller guy from The Steamroller and the Violin is the other version. And spoilers, Ivan does not make it back out because he has literally lost everything and has become nothing but someone who wants revenge for what war has taken from him, and then war takes literally everything, including himself. Spoilers. Whereas in The Steamroller and the Violin, that lead guy was a young child soldier as well, but made it through the other end, and it made him a more empathetic person. So these are interesting films to watch back to back. There's such beautiful cinematography in this film. You've never seen a forest look so gorgeous. Certain shots of it reminded me of Ashes and Diamonds, the Vajda film from Poland. I feel like all these films sort of go together. I actually have not seen The Cranes Are Flying or Ballad of a Soldier. They are some mid-century Soviet cinema films that I am missing, but I believe are also on Filmstruck, so I should catch up on them eventually. This is just a beautiful lyrical film. It's not shot in, or it's not edited in chronological order. It goes back and forth. It's one of those films that takes you on an emotional journey, and in order to do that, it has to show you pieces of information at the right time to make you feel the right thing. My cat watched this entire movie with me, and she does not often do that. So, funny enough, there's a subplot in the film that I don't think quite is integrated well, that has to do with a nurse who is fighting off unwanted advances. And during that part, my cat turned her back to the film, so she was not a fan of that. The young boy Ivan is played by Nikolai Bruliev, and he is still with us. And apparently he's in Andrei Rublev, so I'm looking forward to that. Most recently, he was in a 2008 film playing Nicholas II of Russia. So he's, still doing stuff, I guess. Interesting. I wonder if he has stories about this film. I'm going to look that up now. So this is Ivan's childhood. It's from 1962. Like I said, it's on Filmstruck right now. It is going to expire from the Filmstruck tier, but I believe it'll be on the Criterion side for a while. You can also get it on DVD from Criterion. Andrei Tarkovsky, I will finish your filmography, I promise.